Hi, this is Shelley Craft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the Singular Research Best of the Uncovered 9th Annual Conference right here at the Lux Hotel in Bel Air, California. Evan Masyr is right next to me. Salem Communication, publicly traded company. The symbol is SALM. Evan, welcome to SNNLive.
Thank you, Shelley. Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you. Let's get right into it. Tell us about Salem.
Sure. Salem is, we're becoming a diversified media company. We started really in radio broadcasting years ago, but now, in addition to owning 105 radio stations, a full-service network that takes about 2,600 stations take our programming, we also have internet and publishing, which is now about almost 30% of our business.
Well, radio is kind of like a little old technology, but definitely the internet. You're finally catching up. Tell us what you're doing on the internet.
Well, let me just take care of the one myth about radio.
Please.
Most people do think it's a dying technology, but look, it still reaches 92% of Americans. 244 million people listen to it. In all age demographics, even younger kids still listen to radio. So we still think radio has a long life. You know, there was a time when the 8-track was going to kill radio. CD was going to kill radio. Radio's still around and alive and kicking and still does very well for us.
You know, just to depart for a second, we print a magazine. How many people said print was dead? And meanwhile, I'm hearing that, oh, finally, a magazine I could pick up at a conference.
Correct. And we print six magazines as well. And we recently, actually January 10th, bought a book publisher, Regnery Publishing. And we heard the same thing. Book publishing. Who wants books? But people are still buying books. Maybe not hard copy. Maybe they're downloading it via their Kindle or their Nook. But we own the content. That's the key. And now I'm able to cross-promote a book like America by Dinesh D'Souza that came out in June, hit #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. Part of the reason? I've got 27 stations doing conservative news talk. I mentioned a full-service network. I have 5 guys that do 3 hours of daily talk. Guys like Bill Bennett, Dennis Prager, Michael Medved, Hugh Hewitt, and Mike Gallagher, and they can promote that station, and they're each on 300 radio stations. And I have websites like Town Hall, Hot Air, and Twitchy, all promoting those books. So we've already had 2 books that we've released that hit #1 on the New York Times bestseller list.
You're really a diversified, integrated communications company. I know you said it, but you just explained it to me, and I'm saying it again.
Correct, and you know, it continues to be diversified. We're still looking for other acquisition opportunities that help expand our reach, and we really focus on 2 audiences. Audiences interested in conservative content, as I mentioned earlier, but also audiences interested in Christian content. So our main kind of what we call our foundational format is Christian teaching and talk. So we look at our audience and we say, there's 2 audiences. Anything we can do to super serve them, that's what we're going to continue to look for.
And it's a very large audience.
Very much so. Some people, again, to dispel a myth or a rumor that the religious audience is small or dying, it very much is growing. Look at Hollywood this past year. All the religious films that came out, God's Not Dead, Noah, Heaven is for Real, another one's coming out, Left Behind. That's just a small list of all the movies that were made for our audience. So it's very much a large audience that people are recognizing out there. Funny, I remember when I was a kid, my grandfather used to say there's 2 things you don't talk about because people get really passionate: religion and politics. And that's what we do.
There you go. Now, for more information about what you do, what website would you like to send people to?
Yeah, investors interested or people interested in just our content should go to our website, which is www.salem.cc.
Ladies and gentlemen, Evan Masyr, Salem Communications. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is SALM. I'm Shelley Craft. This is SNNLive. We're at the Singular Research Best of the Uncovered 9th Annual Conference here in Bel Air, California. Evan, thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Pleasure to have you.
Likewise.